made for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
Oh, I hope this show is good today. Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We are indeed live. We're kicking it like we have never kicked it before. My name is Rodney Perry. I'll be hosting you through this cavalcade of comedy and interesting stuff throughout today. Can't do this show without my co-host. Can I do it? Well, first of all, I can't do the show without my partner in crime. Miss Shani Scott is in the building. She is Media Room 360. She is outstanding human being, and she's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Hold her presses. And the highlights is popping this morning. How are you, Miss Scott?
I'm wonderful. How are you this morning?
Man, I'm feeling good. I'm rested. I went to sleep early last night. Let me tell you something. Like, it's one thing to just come to every day, but when you got to be up, alert, doing stuff, like it changed my whole life. So I'm up. I went to sleep. I got a good night's rest. I feel good about myself.
Yeah, you got your people checking in too. I got a good night's sleep too.
Oh, really? Yeah, man. So yeah, it's dope. How your baby's doing? Now you guys are down the home stretch. You got one more day of school?
We have 3 more days of school. Friday is their last day, and I cannot wait.
Friday. Now your children are teens?
They are 13 and 12.
12 and 13. So we got a 12 over here. Our last one is 12. So we down the home stretch.
Yeah, the baby.
This little girl raising herself. You hear me?
They do that, but I'm open to having more kids. Like, I want some more kids.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I want to have some more.
I don't know if I've ever asked you this, but can you say how old you are?
I could. I'm old enough to have some more kids. I'm young enough to have some more kids.
No, but I know women are having kids like at over 35, which they used to be a no-no, and it's not as much of a no-no anymore.
Yeah, I have hit 40. And but I've gone to the doctor. We've talked about it, and it's a go. Like, I can have.
All right, slow your roll. let me find out.
I didn't know you knew that.
Let me find out. You told me.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I know what's going on.
It's not a secret, but yeah. Okay.
I know it's not a secret. Y'all beautiful people, and he's a great human being. Let's get to the show. What's up, Lamardia? Hey, Lamardia, do you know that our movie Rabbitous is on Tubi? Did you know that? Absolutely. This is your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. I can't do this show without my co-host. I try to have 2 comedic co-hosts every day. Today is not different at all. Amir A-Rock Sealy is in the building. What's up, buddy? Let's do this. I'll be with this guy this weekend in New York City, Connecticut. We're gonna be joined at the hip for the next 4 days. And I had him come on today just so we could talk with each other and have fun. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite comedians, Mr. J.P. Justice, is in the building. Hey, are you on Quake's house today?
I recorded yesterday, so I'll be on tomorrow.
Okay, so you're on tomorrow. I'm on today, which will be the following day.
Yeah. Oh, you recorded today?
I will record this afternoon.
Yeah, no, I recorded yesterday, and they're gonna play it Wednesday because he's going to take a week. He's going to take a week off for his birthday. So
okay.
So you'll probably be on Thursday.
Got it. I don't know, and I never even listen, to be honest.
Yes, sir. I catch it only because people call me, be like, "Hey, yo, you on?" And
Right. Shouts out to my high school football mate, Mr. Terrence Walker in the building. What's up, homeboy? Thank you for rocking with the show. And JP, how are you today, bro?
It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
What that mean, JP?
That means it's 9 o'clock in the morning. With comedians. No, you know me. I've been up. I've been up, bro. I'm actually excited because I heard you announce this on Akatunde show.
Yes, yeah, I can today, and I did an interview about it, and part of the show, man. One of the elements of the show is you, man. You as the co-host today, rocking with me, and I love it, bro.
Let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. You know me.
Let's get it popping. Also,
what's up, Amir?
My other co-host for the day. Me and this guy go back a cool 20 years. Before he was telling jokes, he was booking comedy. He brought me to Denver. I was the opener, JP. I might have been the middle act. And I don't remember who was headlining, but I remember 80 going, I should have gave you his money. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. AD in the building.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you, AD, man? Thank you for joining us today, bro. How are you?
I'm up early, Rodney. Unlike him, I don't get up early, Rodney. I'm a night person.
Well, let's really talk about it then. AD, for anybody that doesn't know, AD has a new heart. You know, he's a heart transplant. He's had a successful heart transplant, and you know they say blacks don't get organs, and AD is one of the guys that got one of those organs, man. And I couldn't be prouder of you watching your journey, bro. It's really impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a blessing, brother. There ain't no luck involved on that one. It's definitely a blessing just to be alive. Period. You know, every day is definitely appreciative. You got to be appreciated every day.
Now, are you back in the saddle? You doing the nasty and everything?
Oh yeah. I'm doing the nasty.
Is he doing
the day before, day after?
What you say, JP?
You don't need a new heart.
Like sexy?
Yeah.
Huh?
Wait. Okay. Oh, I guess because when you have a heart, your heart pumps extra when you have the sex. So
especially when your heart was old, and now I got like a 19-year-old heart.
Also, your heart is really kicking up some dust.
Yeah. I'm tempo.
You got the Viagra heart.
Absolutely.
You got the Viagra heart.
I don't salute no more. I salute it the morning.
I need to trade my heart in for a new one then. Shit.
Yeah. I salute in the morning. Yeah. We had blessing this morning.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
He got the Viagra and Cialis heart.
Yeah, he is up and running. Yeah, good for you. AD and JP are in the building this morning. I cannot wait to get this show fully underway. Up first, let's just jump right into it. Well, first of all, I got a question of the day. I'm about to hit y'all with. I sent it to you, Shani. What did I type on that thing?
The question of the day is: who is the most interesting person you have ever met?
Who is the most interesting person you've ever met? AD, give me some, man. What you got?
Most interesting I've ever met? Oh man, I'd have to say, ooh, that would be hard. Interesting. I would probably have to go with Barack
Male,
Obama.
Female, old, young, tall, short, fat, skinny.
Barack
that you
Obama.
Walked away from them like, yo, that was an interesting ass dude or lady or whatever.
Barack Obama.
You met Obama?
Yeah.
Wow.
Democratic Convention, Denver, Colorado.
Get out of here. So wait, give me the story. So this is before he became.
He wasn't president yet.
He wasn't president.
He wasn't president yet.
And was this before his speech? Because he did the speech. That's what got him noticed, that speech, right?
That speech in Denver got him noticed.
So you met him before that. So he was just a guy.
Well, no. Well, he was more than a guy. I mean, he was getting the nomination. Remember that year the Democratic Convention was in Denver.
Okay.
And I got to actually do a show. And we were with the ministers, you know, my uncles are ministers, so we got to meet him with the Ministers Alliance.
Get
And
out.
I stood in awe of the brother because I realized at that point he has the opportunity to really be the president.
Right. So you meeting him, he was extraordinary, even though he wasn't the president yet in your book.
Well, yeah, just even for a black man to get the nomination at that point, yeah, he was already beyond what I could ever imagine in my life. I couldn't even imagine where he was at as a black man at that time. You know, I never thought he would ever be president. Even with his name, I thought, well, he's not gonna win. And then,
Well, you
and
had
then
already
I heard
counted the
what
man
he
out. Ain't no way that
speech he
nigga.
gave
Ain't
that
no way
day.
that he gonna win.
Anyway, where he going to win? And even my grandma was like, boy, that boy ain't gonna win. Never that name, but he won. And that speech was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
I mean, it's
phenomenal.
crazy now listening to you and thinking back to those moments, man. I definitely had those thoughts like this dude is not gonna win. And then I remember slowly going, wait, he got a chance.
He got a chance. And that
And
speech had me mesmerized. I was like, wow, he's something. It was the whole spirit in the Coliseum was like, this brother's on something different. This is different.
It's something
This ain't
special.
the same thing. This is something special. This is a moment in time. I remember turning to my wife. We both were just like, we were in tears at the end of the speech. He really spoke. He spoke that strongly. And the movement behind him was just really amazing. And you're talking Denver, Colorado. So you're seeing very few blacks, a lot more white.
yeah,
And I knew at that time, I said, well, hey, it's not just black people here. It's majority white people here.
right. And he's
And
galvanizing those folks as well.
Right. And remember, he won immediately in Colorado.
JP Justice, you're in the great state of New York City. To be exact, man, you got to run into interesting people all the time. Who's the most interesting person you ever met?
My real father. I was like, hey man, you live down
Wait a minute.
See, I was ready for that.
I said, hey man, you live down the block this whole goddamn time? No.
And you look like me. How did I not notice you?
Hey man, you live right down the block? Come on, man. No, actually, I can go one end of the spectrum. Which end you want? You want the adult spectrum, or you want like something real sensible?
Whatever you do, you pick one and then do the other one too.
All right. So when I first went to LA, I met Byron Long, I met Vanessa Del Rio, I met a whole.
You talking about the porn stars?
But listen, bro. Listen, how I met them, and we was all sitting down. They was talking knowledge, and I was sitting here going, I didn't expect it coming from porn stars. I didn't think that they would be so knowledgeable of things that go on in the
Here's
world.
the irony. I know Byron Long.
And they not dumb brothers. They not dumb.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And when they were sitting down, I was almost sitting here saying to myself, "Yo, am I in the right place? Like these are porno stars. Like their sex is their thing." But they were sitting there talking about government. They was talking about conspiracies.
They're people.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah.
I lost my
They
mind.
have pipe. I mean, they ain't people.
Right, exactly. But you know, when you see them on first sight, you go, "Oh!" And then I was sitting there going, "Hey, these guys are intelligent." But now on the other end,
Okay.
I had a chance of sitting down, and I used to work on the Isaac Hayes show on Kiss FM here in New York.
Okay.
And one day George Benson just showed up. So George Benson and Isaac Hayes, and I don't know if y'all know who Bob Slade is. Bob Slade is like a legendary icon in radio up here in New York.
Okay.
So Bob Slade, George Benson, and Isaac Hayes was giving me the game on radio and record producing and music and all that kind of stuff. And as I was sitting there, I was saying to myself, "Oh, this is George Benson and Isaac Hayes. Like, this ain't like, you know, my man Tyrone from around the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
some high level fly on the wall.
Yeah. So, you know, I felt honored to be sitting there talking to those guys. You know what I'm saying? So,
And you one of the people you can talk with anybody too. You got that gift of gab.
yeah. But that time is and especially listening to like this, like Isaac Hayes was just sitting there talking, you know, but George Benson was like, "Hey, brother," and I'm telling you, man. And so when they
had musical tones.
Oh man, it was phenomenal. And I actually sat there and soaked in all that they were saying, because I know I'm not going to hear this from anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
wow, very dope. Shani Scott.
Yeah.
Who is the most? And Shiny Scott, you've been in radio, TV, film. You've been everywhere for many years. You had to come across some really interesting folks. Who stands out as the most interesting?
Actually, like, and this is the most interesting person that I ever met to date. Well, it changed once I met you with the Viagra heart. that changed. But I'm gonna brag on my guy a little bit. He is the most interesting person that I met. When I met him, he was in a wheelchair. He has a spinal injury. And
everybody in the world don't know your guy. You got to say his name.
Well, his name, his DJ name is DJ Slow Your Roll. He don't like me saying his other name.
Right.
He has a spinal injury. He's been in a wheelchair since he was 5.
Right.
And he played basketball for 20 years, wheelchair basketball. He went to the Olympics twice. He gold medaled. He's completely, people always think people with disabilities are dependent, but he's very independent, and most of them are very independent, but people don't look at it that way. But when I met him and we got to a point to where we were sharing our stories and our backgrounds with each other, I thought, wow, you went through that. And I won't go into detail about his story, but to experience some of the things that he had to experience as a child and still fight to, do what he wanted to do, to go after his dream, which was to become a basketball player. And he did it successfully. He has 11 championships, plus that gold medal, like I said. And now he's DJing. He retired from it and he's DJing. So that's
I would love to see that story, man. I mean, it would be hard to find an actor to play him, but I think that could be a great movie.
Hey, the only
I
thing
tell him that all the time, but the
only thing that would have kept that story off, like to the top to me, if Shawnee would have said, and he's a great guy, and then she'd have did this and wheeled out.
Oh yeah. But I mean, when we talk like that, like we talk about the chair and all that stuff, it's not. Some people, when they hear us talking, they like, are they saying that to each other? It's like, yeah, that's how we
but I got a chance to meet him, and I just found him to be just magnetic, man. His spirit and everything, like his wheelchair disappears, 5 minutes after you meet him. Start the presents. Jay Black is in the building. Word up. Man, who is mine, man? I've met some pretty dynamic folks in my time. Word up. Let's see. I'm gonna say Stevie Wonder.
Oh.
So I used to work in a radio station in LA, KJLH. I had a comedy show, JP, every Thursday night at the Comedy Union. And because of that, we began to go into the radio station and promote the show. And so I'll promote the show my show was Friday. So I'll go in there Thursday and promote the show. And that led way to me doing that morning show every day. So I was on a morning show. I was basically a glorified intern, but the job had perks. And you would always hear about Stevie, but I hadn't met him. And so one day Stevie comes into the studio and they leave me with him. It's me and Stevie Wonder in the studio, and he goes, "Who is that?" This is Rodney Perry. He said, "Oh, the Virgo." Right? He's like, I guess that's what he noted who I was, who voice I was. He said, the Virgo. He said, "Do me a favor. Look down the hall and tell me who's talking." I walked into the hallway. I looked down the hall. Shiny. Easily 50 feet. Two people are having a conversation. Maybe 75 feet. Two people having a conversation at the end of the hall. I came back in. I snitched. I told him who it was. That's what I thought it was. He has super hearing. He heard two people around the corner, down the hall, and he's like, I thought that's who that was. And he acted like he had some information, and he used to have all type of gadgets. I remember him having a bunch of gadgets, but just a completely outstanding guy, man. And I'll never forget meeting Stevie Wonder and having these conversations and realizing, and how about this? I think that nigga can see.
What kind of gadgets did he have though? That's what
He had all type of shit. He would be punching buttons on shit all the time. I didn't know what it was, but it was amazing, and it was probably way ahead of its time.
Listen, if he can't see, I know he. I
was snitching, Amir.
Yo, listen, he's still stroking, bro, because I used to do a show at Sylvia's, and he was seeing one of the waitresses, right?
Well, first of all, he wasn't seeing nobody.
Well, actually, I think he can see, man. You know, they've been saying for years that he really can see.
Yo, listen. So she let me hear his messages, like when he would call.
What would he say?
Oh my God, bro. Hey, how you doing? I just want to let you know I'm coming into town, and when I come into town, make sure you blah blah blah. And you know, when I come there, blah blah blah. So when he came into Sylvia's, I was hosting the show at Sylvia's. I was excited, bro. I really wanted to meet Stevie Wonder, but I guess she had mentioned to him that she spoke to me, and so he just grabbed my hand and go like this, "Thank you, young blood," and just kept it moving. But I was going, "Oh my God!"
That's it?
Yeah, I wanted to have the conversation, but I guess she was like, "Hey, you know, Stevie, this is my friend," and you know, I guess he figured out that I knew.
Wow. Now, how about this, guys? Stevie Wonder's icon. We all agree. Whenever somebody of substance passes away, Stevie Wonder has the duties of singing them home. Who's going to do that when Stevie goes? Who's on the list to sing our celebrities and noteworthy African Americans home when Stevie is gone?
Jennifer.
AD. Who's on the list? Who's next?
It had only other person would be like Smokey Robinson. That's all we got left.
Smokey Robinson 100 already.
Yeah, he got a foot in the door.
But he's still here though.
You want to go sing him home?
Yeah, probably so. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who we got left right now.
You stay right there, JP. You stay right there, AD. JP, Stevie Wonder is responsible for singing all our great icons home, man. Who's going to do it when Stevie goes?
Cardi B.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you stay right there.
No.
Honestly,
mm-hmm. Anthony Hamilton.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
Hamilton. Not mad at that because he's soulful.
Or Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill, what, he gonna stroke, rub him the right way?
Johnny Gill's good one though.
Yo, Johnny got it. Let me tell you something, man. Both Johnny and the people have been playing. That man has a dynamic voice, bro. A dynamic voice.
Johnny Gill. I don't know about that. Anthony Hamilton.
I did a versus with Johnny Gill versus Luther Vandross, and let the people vote it to see who had like a dynamic voice. And Johnny wasn't too far behind. Like, you know, he really has a dynamic voice, a wonderful voice.
But that ain't no category, dynamic.
What ain't no? Are you crazy? Of course,
dynamic ain't no category.
Let a black man sing "Star Spangled Banner." You're gonna see all the dynamics in it. Yes, we got dynamic voices. You know.
Okay. That's still a non-answer. Shani Scott.
I say Jennifer Hudson.
Oh. Okay, stop right there, J Hud. But now you can't say J Hud. Somebody Red says John Legend.
He's there too.
John Legend might put you to sleep though.
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna be
yeah.
Gladys Knight getting up there too. So we can't replace Stevie Wonder with Gladys Knight. Now I will say this: Kim not bad. I'm not mad at Kim. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. You say J Hud, I say Fantasia.
Yeah.
No. Fantasia.
Yeah.
She's soulful. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop right there. Comedian Fig says freaking Jaheim. Jaheim got one foot in the grave now.
Patti LaBelle. Yeah,
I
Patti
don't know.
LaBelle.
Patti LaBelle too old. These
No,
people too old.
But think about it, bro. Patti would kill it.
Now, Joy, I'm not mad at Bruno Mars.
I'm mad.
But what he gonna sing? Uptown Funk? What? I don't know how I feel about it.
I was gonna say Ruben Stutter. I swear I was.
Jay Black, that's a good call. Ruben stuttered.
Yeah.
Ruben stuttered. But I mean, it's got to be somebody universally accepted by all. How do I kick people off, Shawnee? How do I kick Lamartia out of the chat talking about some damn Keith Sweat?
Keith Sweat. You're gonna show up drunk, but you do it.
Thank you, Fig. Fig said he like Fantasia. I think Fantasia might be
and
it.
her mom. Her and her mom could both do it.
Fantasia mom sing?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, whole family.
Yes.
Isn't
Goodness gracious.
cousin too?
Yeah.
No disrespect, Amir. Lemire said, let there be no disrespect to Aunt Patty. No, Patty can cook, but I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Patty be a little forgetful nowadays.
I just noticed it.
I noticed it. And let me tell you something. Let's not even cover Ron Isley because he be forgetting them words. Let me tell you something, man. Some of these artists is old. And I know we don't want to let them go, but they old, man. Ron Isley, he had a baby, man. He had a doggone baby.
Did you hear the scandal, bro? You said
recently?
Yeah, did you hear the scandal?
Ron Isley got like a 6-year-old.
You know who he's dating, bro?
Who he dating?
He dating, like, I think she's under 30, but
no, she's over 30.
Her and her sister is dating Ron Isley and Philip Bailey, Mr. Reasons.
They used to be their the girls used to be his backup singers,
right? And then
they're a family of singers.
But I
did some road dates with the Isley brothers, and I met her. She's cool people.
Yeah, and they're under 30.
I don't like that smile on your face. Who did you meet her?
I know.
That's
why he need that new heart.
Did you new heart meet her or did you old heart meet her?
I met him.
Hey, Shani Scott, the show is fully underway. I got my calls for today. Mr. AD4U is in the building, and also JP Justice Labs. Let's take a little break. We come back, man. We got more show. I'm Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
We are back. It's your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Oh my God. My next guest, man. This dude is pretty close to being a perfect comedian. He's a master of different types of ways to make people laugh. He's an awesome human being. He's a father. He's a husband. And he is currently got a comedy special on these. Welcome to the show, Mr. Ali. What's up, bro?
What's good, my brother? What's good? What's good? What's good in the neighborhood with the people?
Can you turn your phone sideways so I can see the whole? Yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a special on the streets. It's called Domino Effect. Yo, Ali, let's first of all, let's do this before we get into a chat. Shani, play the trailer.
This is the beginning of my street pharmaceutical life. So it's 1983. I'm 10 years old. This is when I find out my daddy sells cocaine. And Ivory and James got on gun holsters, and ain't nobody got no shirt on though, but they got on gun holsters. And I'm saying, boy, this is a gangsta-ass game of Monopoly they playing. My daddy said, you scared, and pulls out a 2-shot Derringer. Black and white, pearl handle. He said, now here, if somebody come in the house, you know what to do. I said, no, I do not know what to do. Who you been talking to that told you I know what to do? I am 10, I do not know what to do. Because see, the reason why I tell my stories the way I tell them, because see, people, they glorify the shit. I'm gonna tell you the hard shit that happened. So these young boys know, hey man, you can get into the shit if you want to, just know some shit gonna happen to you. I turn around, it's a lady standing there. I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? Bam! She punched me in the goddamn jaw. So I push her, I'm like, bitch, what you doing? And then the dude jump on me, and I'm fighting both. I'm like, I'm fighting a goddamn dope fiend couple out here. You can't lose no more dope. This is a matter of life and death.
My friend on the show today, Mr. Ali Siddiq, and that's Siddiq. If you spell it the other way, call that sad dick. Like, where that come from? Ali, man, first of all, you turned in an excellent project, brother. You decided to put it on YouTube. I questioned that when you told me, right, I put it on YouTube. I'm like, why would you do that? You Ali Siddiq, throw it on Netflix, throw it on Amazon Prime. You said, I want everybody to see it. Talk to me about YouTube, man, and making that decision.
Oh, the decision with YouTube came between after me and my agent talked about it, and I was getting upset about me promoting other projects on my Instagram and getting flagged for copyright infringements. It's my face, it's everything, is me, it's my name. We got the same name as my Instagram, and they was flagging me. So I couldn't post anything from my Comedy Central or anything from my Showtime or anything from the HBO. Like none of us really post our Def Jam because we can't,
Right.
So I wanted to own my work. Like I didn't want to put it somewhere and then I don't own it, where I can do what I want to do with it. And that was bothering me. So I don't think people think about those things when you in the business. You just trying to get in the business, you doing your thing. Like I didn't. Like it's so much of my work that I don't have the rights to. Like, and Mexican Got on Boots was a huge story, but I don't have the rights to it, even though it's my story. So why can't post Def Jam? Because it doesn't.
We don't own it. We don't own it. Yeah. I mean, you could post it, but you still gonna get flagged for copyright infringement.
You're gonna get flagged for copyright infringements.
Wow.
And this is something like, I know people argue that point, but I've been through it already. I have something on every network besides CBS. so I don't have rights to my bounce. I don't have rights to the bounce. I don't have rights to the Bring the Funny. I don't have rights to any of that stuff. So YouTube is a way for me to own my content and be able to license it out if somebody else wanted, because this project was going on another platform at first. And it was going on a huge platform. But I think that YouTube is just as huge as anything because it's worldwide.
YouTube is global. It's in more households than anything.
And it's free. So the effort that we put into it, we think that we'll get back in the long run with the project, because I think that the project is a great project. Like if somebody I don't think that people should ask me about how I feel about this project because I'm big on this project, and I'm putting this work up against not current. I'm not even thinking about current. I'm thinking about the classics. Like when you say Live from Sunset Strip, you say Himself, you say Raw, you say Elephant in the Room, Martin Special, Dave, Chris, and you have to mention Domino Effect because it's not on the level, it's the level.
Let's talk about that, Ali Sadiq. You get real personal in this special, man. You talk about your dad. You talk about being a pharmaceutical salesman. You talk about and in some real context. I mean, for you put a murder on the books. I'm like, Ali, can you put that out there, man? You are so frank, so honest, man.
And that's the key.
Do you ever worry about any of your people close to you being upset?
No, because the people that's close to me already know. Like, man, there's people who call me about this special. They like, yo, you ain't telling you. They know that this is a Rodney. This is a setup. This is a setup for the next 3. Like this is like a series now. Because I tell people. I messed up, which I'm gonna probably have to go back and redo and do it on another record it myself. So the first special is bigger than these bars. You know I've been to prison, but you don't really know why or how I got there. You know what I'm saying? So this special,
it's like a prequel.
The Domino Effect is how this starts. And I only took you up to 15. I alluded to some things after 15, but I only took you actually up to 15 when that boy messed my eye up.
Right.
So now we still got 16, 17, 18, 19 to go. You know what I'm saying? So when 16, 17, 18 come out, about those years, this is when I get busted 4 days after I turned 19. So I can only give you 16, 17, 18 on the street.
Got it.
19, 4 days after I turned 19, October 21st, I'm gone. So then after I do that, then I come back from 19 to 25 when I got out. And then from 25 to 35, the transitions of hiding in public. Like, because when you on parole, you in public, but you still not letting people get to you, like know who you are. So this is I'm glad you used the word honest, because other people, like I don't even get mad at people that say the fakest fake things about street stuff, because the Hollywood does it as well. Like the Orange is the New Black, that's not prison. Oz, that's not prison. The Wire, I'm like The Wire, which was a lot of true stories that were put into context. It's like stuff that I'm saying that you can own if you was really out there. It's intricate things that you know that happen. So the point of this special is to get people to understand it's cause and effect to everything, and it's not sweet. Like when I watch some of these shows, it's only the good stuff. Like I'm like, yo, man, do you know how many street pharmaceutical reps I know that have been through? So like, man, well, we can't even take you to the hospital.
I think what you said most important that I walked away with, and I think nobody ever said this before, is you have to start entry level. Like you ain't Blue Magic. You ain't starting there. You got to start, and you got to work. It takes hard work and dedication to a certain extent, and there are people that fail at it every day. And so to be successful at it is really remarkable. And I think that's what I got as I watch you break that story down.
It is a part, man, in that life that we all we all
Bless you.
we all was alhamdulillah, we was all doing something at the same time, and one of the boys got busted. This boy got busted like in 2 weeks. Like it was and I saw the people get him, and I was like, nigga, who you sold to? Nigga,
he got busted on the first day?
Oh man, the first 2 weeks, man, that boy was gone. I'm like, man, hey, but it's not even with 16 and 17, it's the era of the jump out boys and running from the laws, and man, it's so much intricate stuff, like deep stuff, like Rodney, like I know how people sacrifice their integrities and their morals because I was in this game, and we used to pay this woman for us to hold stuff in our house and be able to come in our house when we wanted to. But this is the problem in that, Rodney. I am 17 at this time. She has two daughters. One is 18, one is a senior, and one is a sophomore. One is 18, one is 16. I'm 17. Who you think I slept with? Both of them or one of them?
Both of them.
Yeah, because I'm the boy that's in the house with a bunch of money. Like I got a bunch of money.
Wow.
Like I'm not talking about like it's cats that like the next special. I'm bringing in the cats that was around me in the joint because they know, yo man, this the cat who come into the school in a short mink jacket and he got a Jag outside.
Wow.
Let
me stop you right there, Ali, because I got my co-host in here, man. I got JP Justice and my boy
What's
AD,
that?
man.
I said, what's happening, JP Justice?
JP Justice, my boy AD. I want to open up the floor. We are comedians, man. Dude, to turn in such a great piece of comedy is awesome. I mean, we seeing cats turning in pieces of work right now that's probably less than what they've done before. And Ali, this ain't your first rodeo. How many specials have you put out that, well, how many, I mean, you got albums, you got stuff we got on Comedy Central. What number is this for you?
4.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, JB.
I heard Ali on Godfrey's podcast say that one of the most astounding things that you ever saw was Bill Cosby and how he approaches the stage, and that's how you want to do it. I watch your pause. You know me, I'm a heavy teacher of the game of comedy and the art form of comedy. I watch you, and I watch your mannerisms and your decor and your command, and it's masterful. And to say that, I heard you just say just now that it's not like the classics. It is the classics. I just sat here and said, yeah, we're looking at a young classic. You know, we don't recognize it because we're here with it.
We're living it, yeah.
We're living it. But yeah, this is a young classic. And it just clicked. Everything just clicked when you said that.
I appreciate that, man. You know, I don't take a lot of compliments. Well, I'm weird like that. But when it gotta come from certain people with me. And the people that I respect, like I JP, I respect. Like as soon as you said your name, I'm like JP or what? Like, yeah. So
thank you, humbled.
That is it's kind of like when the OG called me last night. Teddy Carpenter is like, yo man, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk to you about it. He said the first thing I saw when I saw it, after it was over, what I said was classic. He's like, and he said, that's hard for me. And, you know, I'm sitting there watching, and I know how hard it is for, I'm talking about rugged comics that's big. It's hard and it's easy at the same time when you respect somebody's work. But to sit down for an hour and 21 minutes and watch somebody else do the same craft that you do, and then you know, that's big, because that's like the Chris Rock, the Chappelle level, when cats sit down and watch them and look at their work, and that's humbling, brother, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
AD, you have anything for Ali, man? You muted. We cannot.
You muted. Look, he's still talking, but he muted. He's I can't feel this thing out. You know, it's something on there, something wrong. It's a little microphone at the bottom. It say mic.
That's all right.
This not his first time on here, is
it? Maybe. No. Ali, your pops is gone now. Am I right?
Yeah, my pops died. My pops died before my first special came out. My the Comedy Central special came out. We talked about it, and then he got out of here on me on the and he got out of here on the day that he know that I didn't like. Boy, he dirty for that. My dad is still gonna leave me with something, because he know I hated Valentine's Day. He always knew that. He knew I hated Valentine's Day.
Right.
Man, this Negro died February 14, 2018.
Wow.
And I remember getting a phone call, and I said, Valentine's Day? Man,
Wait, Ali, you tell such vivid stories about him, man. You can see the love, but you can also see you as a young man going, you don't know how to do this, dog.
I used to look at my daddy like, say, man, you just trying, huh? You just like, I'm like some sort of experiment with you, man. Like, now you can't come back with all that noise. Now you was on mute, and you come back with all that.
All the technical noise. He got all the technical noise happening.
Yeah.
Is you up and running, AD? You all right?
I think so. We good?
Oh, you there? Yeah. I will come to you next. Go ahead, Ali. Finish up.
So my dad used to do, like, when he sold cocaine. But I didn't do this part, Rodney. This comes in 16 and 17. I'm on the block. This is how much I love my daddy, man. I'm on my block, and these young boys talking about these cats that they just robbed. Like, yeah, man, I just took, and they got the stuff, right? And I'm like, yo, man, what you got? And I see my daddy watch.
Oh.
I say, yo, man, put everything in the bag. Put everything in the bag. Man, what's up? What's up? Put everything in the bag, man. I gave them little cats some bread for that. I was like, man, let me get all this. It's him and his partner. I go around his way. I'm like, yo, what's up with you? He's like, man, what you talking about? I said, what's up with you? He's like, man, what is you talking about? You coming over here raising your voice, nigga? This is my dad. I'm like, raising your voice, nigga. I said, hey, man, are you messing with that shit? He's like, man, what are you talking about? I say, here's your stuff, man. You and your partner stuff. And you know, my daddy, he don't never answer questions. He just make other statements. And we're gonna look in there. So you went around there and got it back, huh? I said, but you didn't answer my question, nigga. Are you on that shit? Because this is the only way that they would have your stuff if you was on. Man, my dad had started smoking, man. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I just couldn't believe it, man. And I didn't stop. It's like, I used to think about these things, about how bad this was, and I'm like, yo, man, just don't nobody sell dope to my daddy. Like I got some carte blanche over there. I say, man, I can't any of you niggas sell dope to my daddy, man. It's gonna be some problem. They like, but your daddy out of here. Don't do it. Say that no more. Don't say that. Nigga, don't you say that no more, nigga. Don't you say that to me,
Ali.
Man, but I couldn't.
Hold one second, JP. Hold one second, JP. AD, you got something for Ali?
Yeah. I used to be a street pharmaceutical
Which is very frowned upon, sir. Which is very frowned upon.
Yeah. I actually failed in 90. Yeah. So when I seen your show, I totally related to a lot of things that you said. And I knew that you were being honest about what you were talking about.
Yeah, because when you first start, you don't start with no kilo of dope. They just, you start. No. You don't start with kilo.
If you got an 8-ball, you did pretty good. You got good little check. You got good little check.
That's the intricate part of it. Go ahead, though, brother. That's the intricate part.
Yeah, then you get your quarter, and then you can do that right. Then you might get to a half, then to a whole. Just in case. Everybody don't have it. Everybody ain't skill.
Like, let me ask y'all this. Like, I didn't know nothing about the metric system. So how did y'all learn? I mean, y'all was smart guys, to do that math early on.
You learned out there, but you learn from trial and error. Hey, man, my man will tell you it's nothing like this. You working something and then it's gone, and you like, hey, and then somebody come in with some cold water and be like, nah, we got you. You like, oh my God, boy.
Hey, I got a question, Ali. I got a question.
Yes, sir.
We all comics here. We all got solid time in the game. I try to express to the young comics that at a point in your comedy career, you're going to therapeutically regurgitate your life. How therapeutic is it for you to put it out there like that?
Man, it's these things that rest on your shoulders. Currently rest on your shoulders, and you try to find ways to get it off of you, like, because I feel like I still owe the universe so much for what I was out there doing. For me to walk through Frisco and can't find a street to go down because it's so many addicts, and it's weighing on me that I'm like, man, what did I do? What portion of this was I responsible for? And to start to give it in a medicine where you trying to divert people from that path, you know what I'm saying, to keep people on another path, like, yo, man, you don't need these scars, is it's making me better, and it's making me friendlier. It's like some of the standoffness of me is starting to dissipate because I'm getting these stories off of me, and giving people things, because some of my anger and some of my things will come with people. And I'm just keeping it 100. I hated the fact that I heard that Mike Epps said that he got a kilo when he first started. I like the fact that I even heard it pissed me off, because I'm like, yo, man, stop giving them this shit like that, because that's not the reality. Yo, man, a lot of cats, like he said, man, a lot of cats don't make it in this game. And you sit like, and I'm being honest with people. I didn't have to be in this game. My mama had a job. Like, this is a result of me being out there and not firm enough as a kid to be like, I don't want to do.
But you were a kid though, and I think that we don't want to let that fall on deaf ears.
I was a child.
You was 10 to 14. that I'm like, man, what happens if this guy just gets to be a boy? You know, what happens to that man, to the man we see today? But we maybe we don't get to experience this Ali, if you don't go through what you went through. Let me do this, man.
Before
right,
you,
Ali, I want to, because I know you got another interview, and so I don't want to hold you too long.
now you got me for a minute because I thought this was at 9:30 my time, and it was 9:30 your time, which is so
exactly.
Yeah, I got time.
Okay, good stuff. All right, tell you what, let's take a little break. We come back. Shiny Sky gonna come on. She got some questions for you as well. And Ali Sadiq is with us. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Man, Ali Sadiq, Domino Effect is on the streets right now. You go watch it right now. You can turn this shit off. Go watch Domino Effect.
Want your book or music to be published? Skip the confusion and rejections from others. Let bepublished.org publish and promote your work for less. Bepublished.org handles it all, from cover design to worldwide distribution, with high quality and fast turnaround. You even keep rights and royalties.
Everything was perfect. You made my dream come true. My book and CD look so good.
Call 972-880-8316 now. Bepublished.org. 972-880-8316.
SM Marketing Communications is not only a marketing communications company. They also provide web content management, social media marketing, video and audio production, advertising, not-for-profit marketing management, and community outreach and engagement. Want to learn more about SM Marketing Communications? Call area code 314-339-7662. That's 314-339-7662. That's SM Marketing Communication.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey! Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi. Let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
What up, party people? We are back in full effect. Shiny Scott is in the building. We are joined today by the great Ali Sadiq. His comedy special, Domino Effect, is on the streets right now. Where you at?
Oh, you want him up? Okay.
Yeah, pull him up.
Yeah.
Ali Sadiq.
Yes, sir.
My partner in crime is Shiny Scott. She's got questions. What's your thoughts, Shiny?
Well, first of all, Ali, I love your story. I think it's great. I think it's a beautiful thing that you put your special on YouTube. And I know at the time you probably didn't know anything about this little company called Media Room 360, but we do the same thing, and it's Black owned and female owned. So if you're open to it, I'd like to have that conversation with you about distributing your show here.
Well, I have to be open to it now that you done put me on the spot.
You don't have to, but
I have no choice but to be open to it.
I do have another question. So we've watched the Snowfalls, we've watched the Powers. Have you thought about turning your story into a mini series or a long or a short?
You know, was with Karen Hunter just hit me and said she think it's a book. And then people keep saying it's a movie. I don't know what it is outside of my life. So anywhere that I can put this story or put the next series, I think I'm game. I think I'm open for a series.
Is there anybody, a current actor you would like to see play you?
You know, I'm always gonna say Don Cheadle. Like that's the greatest. You know,
Don Cheadle was dope, but he too old to play you.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm thinking, what's the young guy that played Keith? Oh my God, the guy that played in the Fred Hampton movie. Lakeith,
I don't know
Lakeith, you know, Y'all know the guy, Lakeith.
Oh, Lakeith, that dude.
He was in Get Out too.
He was in
I don't
Get
know.
Out.
Yeah, he was in Get Out. He was the one that was standing there saying, "Get
Oh,
out."
you talk about the Slim brother.
Oh, the
Yeah.
little Slim cat. Yeah.
Yeah, Lakeith. I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, he can play me, and then I can play Dick Gregory. So that's who I want to play. I want to do Dick Gregory. Yeah.
Rodney, did you sell drugs? I never sold drugs. But
Great thing. That's a great thing.
It's
Rodney.
hard to be in this country without being affected by drugs. And you said something in the last break, Ali. What was my responsibility? My stepdad, lived that life, and he really worked hard to keep it from touching us. And I watch my peers and how that thing touched your life. Talk to me about this, dog. Because we see, like Shani said on Snowfall and all of these shows, how the drugs were flooded throughout this country, right?
Yes.
By the government. Do you have any? Yeah, hilarious. It's my sister Candy. She said I'm snitching. Do you have any? Like, as you look back in your mind's eye, where the government was involved in getting you your product?
No, I wasn't on that level. The level that I was on was straight street cats and Colombians, and it wasn't. I wasn't the freeway Ricky Ross, because I wouldn't have been. It's like they couldn't have came to me and said, "Hey, we want you to." Rodney, let me tell you what's crazy where I was at with this. This is a story that I don't tell often because it's kind of like too much. I'm at a Say No to Dope high school rally.
Okay.
And I'm speaking about how crazy it would be for you to be a child doing drugs and staying away from drugs. And at the time, I have a half a kilo in my Monte Carlo that's outside and about $30,000, and I'm getting paged as I'm talking. And my boy Phil was like, "You got to be the worst nigga of all times." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Did you just say?" He say, "This is worse than when you was on the radio talking about gang violence while you was in a gang at the time, and Barbara Bush, President Bush Sr.'s wife, sent me a letter about applauding me about my speech about gang violence as I was in a gang at that time." I wasn't, and I tell people I tell this story because I wasn't this. Like, I real life wasn't a drug dealer. Like, yo, this is me being outside with some cats that had to live this. Like, my mama had a job. My mama had a good job. And I didn't even desire the things that they wanted. It was just, I'm outside. And this is a perfect example of knowing your kids' friends. Like, actually knowing, like, my mom, I don't ever fault my mom because she was busy. But I really want to know my kids' friends. Like,
judging by the way you told the stories, your mom was doing her best. She gave y'all everything. She was a disciplinarian. And so, as a parent now, do you think you'll be able to see your children if they fall down these paths?
Man, my daughter, I have older kids. So my 28-year-old, I have bonded Trey out of jail 3 times. And even though he's not my biological, he came with the package when I had my first situation. When I had my daughter, my oldest daughter is 23. she's been through her thing, but she's a great kid because I've been there pushing and fighting with them the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know if you watched the show Winning Game with it's one thing that Dr. Bus mama said to him that I'm a firm believer in. You remember this part where she's picking up her papers, she's trying to get him to get the team over to his ex-wife, so they won't lose it. She picking up all her stuff. She said, God damn it, I'm your mama, and if I have to drag you to success, I will. She said, I'm gonna drag you to the finish line. I'm like that with my kids. I'm going to drag your ass to the finish line. Because my mama did it with me. My mama never left me. And to be frank, I put my mama through the worst. I went to prison at the worst time because my little sister had just passed. The heart of my life, everything that meant everything to me, had just passed away at 8 years old. So my sister's in the Navy, my oldest sister's in the Navy. My baby sister passed. I go to prison.
Wow.
My mama lose all of her kids at the same time. And it's like, I don't think when people go back and they look at this, or they look at it, and when the story first started, I say that it's me and my two sisters. And then I never mentioned my second sister again because she had passed. Because that comes at 16, 17, 18, when it's things that push people to being a monster. And that was one of the things when my little sister passed. Because that was everything to me. Like she meant everything. And to the point where, Rodney, I could be doing whatever. I could be in a shootout. I could be selling drugs. I could be doing whatever. At 3:15, I'm done because I gotta go pick my sister up.
Hey, Shiny, bring up JP. Ali, the specialist on the street. JP, great question, man. Please.
I'm very fascinated. I wasn't a dealer, but me and Sadiq have spoken. I'm so close to the streets, my brothers and all that kind of stuff. I never dealt with it the way he dealt with it, but I watched it firsthand. I watched it in my house. I watched it. When and how do you begin to smile and laugh again? Like to get this story out is one thing, but at the end goal has to be like woosah. How do you begin to smile and laugh again?
That's to be seen.
You look forward to that? You look forward to that?
That's what I'm saying. That's to be seen. That I'm looking forward to it, man. It's weird. I'm still trying to find the days when I don't tear up about. That's the thing about doing works, man. That's real. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's a hard thing because you got to relive a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And the shit is not. And my dad really kind of fucked me up, though. That's the thing. Living with him made me different, man. Like, my mom was a hard person, but I wasn't hard. You know what I'm saying? She was hard. I wasn't. But then when I lived with my pops, it like with my kids, man, it's amazing that I look at them and be like, damn, my daughter was actually a kid. And I look at my younger kids. Hassan is 11. And I remember looking at him at 10. It was like, yo, man, he really 10. Like, I've never been 10. Like, wow. I've been the number, but I didn't have the 10-year-old. It's like
you didn't get to be a child.
if I tell Hassan right now, man, you got to hustle, he gonna say my feet, daddy. Like his thing is he's happy. He's a happy. It's like
he's the kid in your joke that when your dad goes, you know what to do? You like, nigga, no. I don't know what to do. Hassan gets to be that kid. And so ultimately, Ali, I know you created special to be a great special, but the work is bigger than that to me. Like the work. Tell me this, and the work you did with this special, dude, is gonna help somebody go another day. Is that part of what you wanted from this?
That's the whole thing, because I think I messed up with the Comedy Central thing, because I thought I wanted that to be a therapeutic piece for people that was incarcerated or that had dealt with people that's incarcerated as family members of those people, to let them know, hey man, it's a brighter day on the other side if you really put in the work. This is for all those cats, man, who was really in them streets, or that people that was affected by the streets, because I want them to understand, man, you to live a better life is to get some of this stuff off of you. I talked to some of the cats that was in the streets with me, and they like, man, this is man, I feel so much better after I saw your joint. Like, man, it's one of us that made it to something else. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's like my man, like, yo, man, you make me feel good about being a truck driver. Like I drive trucks, man. I make a good living. That damn, why we didn't think of this sooner? You know what I'm saying? Wow. Or why did nobody tell us about this earlier?
Go ahead, JP.
Yo, let me ask you. And so, you know, I forgot we met early in your career. Like we had some extensive time early in your career, and I used to sit down and listen to you. One of the things that I always got from you is that you are an older soul. You're a protected soul. Now just listen, bro. Listen to this. This is crazy, but I know I'm not off. In our world and in our lives, there are beacons that connect us to our ancestors. And these beacons tell stories. And the stories guide today into a better life. I'm sitting here listening to your story, and I've heard your story. And I just finished listening to the Kendrick Lamar album. And I just finished listening to the Dave Chappelle special. And I just finished listening to all of these other beacons, connections to our ancestors. And your story, your testimony is that. So when I'm sitting here watching you cry, that's an energy beyond you. You don't know why. You don't know why you got to get this off. You don't know why you got to get this off. Why I got to say this? Why I got to say this? Because you just saved endless amount of people that watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I commend you on that. I listen, and Rodney, I listen to comedy, and I'm a very hard critic on comedy. But I'm sitting here listening to your story, like, God damn, bro, you're more than just. You are equivalent to what Richard Pryor was. He was more than just comedy. He was needed at the time. You're needed at this time.
Yeah, I
needed at this time.
I used to. This guy used to tell me, "Hey, man, I have to protect you." I'm like, "What?"
Oh,
he said, "Man, you don't really know it, but I have to protect you." I'm like, "From what?" "From this." He said, "Man, you like one of the comics that when I listen to you, it's so much pain in everything that you're saying." I'm like, "What?" Like, and I know that it is. I just don't want to reveal that to him at that time. I don't want to give him that because I don't know how genuine this is. He's been with me for 18 years, 19 years now. you may have met him, Rodney, Dre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dre been with me for that long, and Dre's like, yo, man, you different. And he say, I didn't even like when he met me, he didn't know my backstory. He said, man, I was just randomly talking, and my cousin, why? I said, why D? He said, yeah. He said, that's my cousin, that's my first cousin. He said, my cousin knew you back then when you was like that. And he was like, Dre, everything he say, he did. Every single thing. He said, that was 18 years ago. He said, man, this man, and he said he was a good dude then. And I'm just in. So when I look at it, maybe I'm just that kid that people gotta see that they know, like, yo, man, it's so much that you can do with your life other than be in them streets or being that, like what you gotta do. You gotta see, you gotta have an eye, but that's not perfect, where you see double every way that's straight. You have to have a bullet wound in your leg. You have to get stabbed. What do you have to do? You have to lose your sister, and then you have then 4 months later, people handle you because they upset with you. And
Ali, Ali, let me jump
son.
in. Let me jump in there, Ali Sadiq. You on the streets, you get punched in the face by the young man, you crack your eye.
Yeah.
Where's your father?
My dad, that's when I moved back to the apartments with my mom.
Oh, that's when you. So that was a transition. Okay.
Yeah, I moved back.
But it was no. Let me go get my dad.
Nah, this is street business, and Charles handled it. And I have one picture. I'll probably post it. I have one picture of after my surgery. Like, I had to have surgery.
Oh wow.
Like I had a whole surgery, and Charles paid for it. Like, he paid for it in cash. And
Well, Ali, I don't want to give the whole. You guys got to go watch this. If you haven't had a chance to watch a special, it's on. Let's talk about the business, Ali. It's on your website, which is connected to YouTube. You can go straight to the website. It'll come and play immediately. It's Ali Sadiq, Domino Effect. What?
You all you coochie rap brothers that came, Ali Sadiq. Ali Sadiq, boy, you and Ricky Smiley, boy. Y'all got a lot of coochie rapping, y'all. Boy.
Yo, he said.
Wait, I didn't say it right.
You said Ali Sadiq. I'm like, who?
I said Ali Sadiq.
No,
you didn't put no D on my name.
Man, first of all, Ali.
You didn't hear the symphony behind you. Bim, 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 bim. Ali Sadiq.
It's Ali Sadiq. SIDDIQ. I will spell it. Go pick up the special, man. Watch this young man as he takes you through the most vivid pictures you ever seen of his life. It's therapeutic. It's a journey. You get to know his mom. You get to know his dad. And you get to know this man right here. Man, I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. Now, this is going to be a part of some more comedy coming down the pipe.
Yes.
What do you want people to say about you when it's all over, Ali? We about to go to a funeral for Marcus Combs tomorrow. What do you want people to say when you go?
The truth, whatever they truth is about me, because the reality is everybody, the people who are close to you would have a different something. Like, Rodney, me and your journey. Hey man, I cried for 25 minutes inside of a Bed Bath and Beyond on the phone with you. So yo, what you gonna say about me is different than the cat that, hey man, I owe this nigga some money and he gonna come and hit me in the goddamn jaw and told me, nigga, now you use that for your medical bills. Like that nigga truth is gonna be different. That nigga like, that nigga was ridiculous, man. And then there's some people in this world that I hadn't got a chance to apologize to, or make up for a misunderstanding, or some people that I never even got a chance to even give a blessing to, or a greeting, or a hug. They may not know what to say. So whatever the people that's closest to me, I just hope that they say the truth and pay and give the money to my family that you know you owe me, nigga. Don't die. Don't let me die. Then you talking about, oh, nigga, the 700. That's clear, ain't it? No, I got it.
No, nigga.
I
got some kids that'll take it.
Nigga, my son be like, excuse me, is your name Brooke? Okay. You owe my daddy $1,400. Oh, nigga, you right here in the book, nigga. don't let me.
Hey man, I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show, man, and sharing your story, sharing the special with the world for free. I think this is gonna be a down payment for the next few, man, and you gonna probably get more money than the people ever got for a special, bro. And I'm proud to say I know you. It's an honor and a privilege, man. Thank you, Ali Steve, for coming on the show, man.
Man, thank y'all. Hey, and Rodney, make sure that connection happen so I can have this conversation, because what's not gonna happen, black women not gonna be on my thing talking about, so did you talk to the sister or not? Oh no, I'm telling you now, give that woman my number so me and that lady can have the conversation at least.
At the very least.
At the very least.
Thank you.
I want to have a conversation.
Hey, AD, you got anything before we let the big dog go?
Oh, I'm the little dog. He back to the silent treatment again.
Hold on. I just want to know when you made your transition from just, when you first as a comic, you just trying to be funny. You just trying to tell jokes.
Yes, sir.
When did you make your transition from just telling jokes to telling my actual truth?
I'm gonna say 2009.
Can I add to that?
That's not how you spell my name, sister.
Can I add to that, Sadiq? No, Sadiq, when I first met you, I guess you were straight from the street type of thing. Like you were still this dude. Like you were still.
No, he's still that dude right now.
No, but what I'm saying is I see him so relaxed now. Like I see him way more, like when I first met him, he was into his bags, his neck fashion. He used to wear the mascots in the neck fashion with the matching bags.
Baby Al Tuma.
But you always used to say, you used to say this to me, Jay, I did so much, I always got to keep my eye out. You said when you come to New York, I gotta let my brothers know that I'm coming so that this way they can make sure I'm all right. So you was always on guard like this. But when I see you now, bro, you're breathing. So, there must have been a transition at a point where you was able to, let some of this baggage down.
We're going to hear that transition next time. Ali, goodbye.
Hey, man, can I answer the brother?
Goodbye, Ali. We've been talking to you for 3 hours.
Hey, man, look, you know something? You know what the cold thing is? When I go on Rogan and I go on the white platform, they don't never cut me off. They, maybe they have more time. I don't know. Do you have a time limit on your stream, y'all? Like old school prime?
I really do. hey, all jokes aside, though, man. I think the special is stellar, and I think people need to see it. And I don't want to get the business of these. I want our chat to get lost in the idea that people need to go and watch this special ASAP.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. 2009, D.L. Hughley told me the funniest I was gonna ever be was based upon how honest I want to be. You just have to get comfortable with your honesty. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And now I'm going after I done seen the brother. See, that brother know he did transition. That brother put up a tea glass. It was I said, yeah. He done put all the streets down. Me too. I'm finna go have a cup of cappuccino. Thank y'all.
Hey, Ali Sadiq, man, I love you, man. Thank you for coming on the show,
Hey,
bro.
Rodney, you know how I feel about you. It ain't nothing you can do about it.
My man.
One.
Hey, great show. Great chat. Wow. Ali Sadiq is in the building. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, Shiny. Let's take a break and let's bring up my girl Kiki. Kiki, my next guest. Guys, Kiki has a book. Get this, gentlemen. It's called The Other Woman's Code of Conduct.
Come on now.
The other woman.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's ways that men should be acting if they indulge in these relationships, and there's ways that women should be acting. And Kiki covers it in her book. I think it's stellar, and I cannot wait to have Miss Kiki Richardson on the show. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Sean, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Shouts out to Media Room 360. Love it. My partner in crime, Miss Shawne Scott.
Yes.
How are you, sis?
I'm great.
That was a great interview, right?
It was. It brought me to tears. I'm looking forward to the book, the movie, the series, whatever he does next.
I know it's such a great question. Shouts out to my co-hosts, came through. They did their thing, brought really some great ideas to the forefront. Who knew AD was a drug dealer?
I know, right? With a good heart now.
You know, with a brand new heart, and boy, you all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the show, my friend. She was actually a model on Comic View. I don't know if everybody knows that. She worked with the great Bernie Mac. She has strong ties in comedy. She's radio, she's TV, she's all things in between. She knows her sports. Welcome to the show, Miss Kiki Richardson.
You put all my business out there in the
I did. And she's a blonde.
I'm rose gold right now. Rose gold.
Is it rose gold? Nice. So I'm gonna bring everybody up for this because they gotta experience you. Kiki Richardson, JP Justice, Mr. AD for you.
Yes.
This woman is the author of the book, The Other Woman's Code of Conduct. And there's another book coming down the pipe. I don't know if we're ready to talk about that yet.
No, not yet.
But there are some rules if you're gonna engage with a side chick.
Yes, sir.
If you're gonna have a side piece, fellas, there's a way you should conduct yourself. That's right, Joy. Get your mind right.
If y'all
you
came
are
to
a
play,
side piece, there's ways, fellas. If you cannot afford it, stay out the game.
You got to pay to play, baby.
That's a chapter in the book.
Kiki, unpack this for me. I mean, of course, we want people to pick up the book, but unpack what you can that we can still sell books.
Well, first of all, good morning, everybody. And if you're not ready to talk real, y'all may as well go ahead and shut it off right now.
Get out of here.
We're about to have a grown folks conversation. Just go ahead, pack your stuff, get on out. But as he said earlier, you got to pay to play. That's actually a chapter in the book. I wrote the book because I'm so tired of seeing the game get a black eye, because you got these side pieces who think they the main chick, and they think they get main chick responsibilities and benefits. And then you have the guys who are sitting up here treating the, giving the side chick more power than she should actually have. So she feels the power to do that. So I didn't write the book as a way to condone the behavior. I listen, people do it every single day. I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying, but if you do, these are the rules.
These are the rules. So what's the rule that we all should adhere to?
Well, first of all, let me clarify something. Even though the name of the book is The Other Woman Code of Conduct, the subtitle is What Every Other Woman Should Know, and Men Too. Because men don't own the franchise in cheating. Ooh. Women cheat just as much as men do. However, statistics show they get caught 50% less.
Hold on. Stop right there, Kiki. Stop right there, Kiki. I don't know if that's true. I feel like you made that up. That is not, ain't no, who taking it, who signed up for this survey?
Well, I mean, there's surveys all the time. People ask surveys all the time. And if it's anonymous, you can feel free to answer the question any way that you feel. It's not like I'm standing, they catch me on the street and I'm standing next to my dude and they're like, have you ever cheated? And I'm like, yeah, I'm cheating with him. No, it's not like that. So, I mean, there are studies that are done on infidelity. There's studies on everything.
Right.
Everything.
So women are cheating. Mm-hmm. Are we sure, Kiki? Say it ain't so.
It's so. It's so. Now, I'll tell you this. What my research has shown is that oftentimes when women cheat, it's because of a couple of reasons. One, either it's on get back. So those are usually young women, right? Mm-hmm. Second, it's because there's a familiarity there, right? There was somebody that was in their past that for whatever reason it didn't work out. It was time and it was whatever it was. And now this person is reemerged in her life and they've reignited some things in them, right? So it's an emotional kind of chemical connection.
Okay.
Men, because by the nature of who you are, right? And it's no shade. It's just recognizing and understanding who you are. You're hunters.
Come on now.
So you go ahead and you go for what it is that you're attracted to. And if you get an opportunity, listen, what did Chris Rock say? You only cheated, you're cheating as good as your options are, right? So if you have people coming at you, the likelihood that you would is higher than you wouldn't. Let's be real. Monogamy is a societal construct that we were taught. It's not something that's natural to us.
I say it's unnatural.
It is unnatural. It's not something somebody told you to be monogamous. Did nobody tell you to breathe? Nobody told you to go to sleep. Nobody you know what I mean? It's not something that's innate to you. That's something that had to be taught to you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So what if you're engaging in a relationship like this, and where you're the other person, what shouldn't you do?
Well, the first thing you shouldn't do is call it a relationship. What you should call it is an arrangement, because you have an agreement with this person to behave in certain ways, right? So as the person on the side, what you should not do is, one of the things that I say first and foremost is don't get emotionally attached, right? When you start getting emotionally attached, or if you know you're the type of person that's going to catch feelings real easy, this ain't the game for you. Keep it strictly along the line.
Well, let me ask you this, Kiki. Let me ask you this. Isn't by virtue of you being a cheater mean you can't follow rules?
No, that's not true. Because listen, that's not true. We follow rules that we want to follow.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we follow the rules that we want to follow. If it's something that we're interested in, then it's like, okay, I'm all in. What I found is that typically in these situations, men who are cheating, they put in so much work. right? If you're the recipient as the lady on the other end or the man, I don't know how you get down. Maybe you fluid. I don't know. But if you're the
Right.
person on the other side, typically the person with the guy with somebody on, a main person, they work really hard. They're the ones that's sending you the text messages. Good morning, beautiful. They're the ones that's telling you have a great night. They're the ones that's not forgetting your birthday. They're the ones that are doing all the things that they should be doing for their wives or their significant others. But they work the hardest because they have the most to prove.
Wow.
Because I don't have to deal with you. I can cut you off.
Wow, that's so incredible to hear you unpack that, but it's true as hell.
It is. It is. It is. I see that he said it's damn near impossible not to get attached to a person that you're entangled with. Well, I have a solution for that. Okay.
No.
You see all of us sit up?
No,
You gonna read the book? Make them read the book for that, Jim.
Yeah. Well, it is in the book, but just to tip you off, having sex with somebody is not just a physical thing. There are chemical things that happen with the body. You release serotonin, vasopressin, oxytocin. There are a lot of things that are happening with the body. But you also have to be aware of your behaviors when you're in these situations. If you know that the bonding chemical of oxytocin is going to be released, why are you sitting up spooning after it's over?
Come on.
Now you're doing pair bonding activities, which is now your physical is doing what the chemical, and now you brewing up a perfect storm for some BS.
So sounds like you saying no pair bonding.
I'm saying
no pair bonding. No. Wham bam. Thank you, sir.
You hear what I said, Rodney?
What'd you say?
That's when you got to skeet and skedaddle.
Oh God. But okay. Now I'm a firm believer of this, Kiki. I believe dudes do what they do, and I'm sure women do too. People don't kind of like. However you love anybody that way. So how do you teach yourself a new way to be intimate?
You don't love everybody the same way. We're by nature, we're polyamorous, which means we have many loves. We have the ability to love more than one. And depending on something that's situational, how you came into contact with that person, right? Maybe that person came into your life at the worst part of your life and they made it better. So now you have a different kind of connection with that person. Maybe this person was just a one night stand. There are different ways. You don't give it all up to this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not giving my long term what I'm giving a one night stand.
Come
and
on.
Get that. I ain't trying to have no stalkers. You understand what I'm saying? Not doing that.
I mean, I hear you, but I ain't got but 5 moves. I'm doing them. I'm doing all 5 of my moves.
Don't do it.
It's not the moves that you give her. It's that I didn't write a book. I'm a Scorpio like Shani, so
God,
I'm nasty by nature, and I've had a very wild life in my history. And one of the things that I always see is, like in Ghostbusters, people cross those lines. You shouldn't be crossing those lines. I'm not talking about the 5 moves that you do. I'm talking about the emotional attachment you give it with the 5 moves. Like I could do the 5 moves and keep my shoulder back so that this way I'm not feeling attached to it. Or I can give the 5
I'm a Virgo
moves.
though, so I'm totally different. I'm totally different than my Scorpio brother. Go ahead.
Here's the thing though. He's absolutely right, which goes back to the first thing that I said. Don't get emotionally attached. Yes. I see there's a comment about how we have control over our mind, but we don't have control over our heart. Yes, we do. We have control over, we don't have control over who we're attracted to, because that's something that's animal. That's something that's in us. But what we do have control over is how we engage with those things. What proximity we put ourselves into it. So you do have control over what you do with your. If you go take your here, you got it all wrong. You should be taking your heart into that game anyway.
Come on.
You should be taking your heart into that game anyway. And if you are, then you're one of the people that I wrote the book for.
Can I say this real quick? Watch this. My dick and my heart are 2 separate organs, 2 separate muscles.
I have a t-shirt that says my heart is not connected to my vagina. I have a t-shirt that says that because it's not connected. It's not connected.
It's not connected. I venture to say it probably is. Both of
Mine
y'all.
is.
No, it's this.
Mine
I'll
is.
say this.
Time behind this. I
The
can't
way
turn
that
off my business with that.
the
What did you
way
say,
that
Shani?
men and women process, and I get that. For some women, it's not, right? There's no sweeping generalization as to how people do things based on their life script and how they were groomed and socialized, right? However, what I will say that what you will notice with women is what I call mental course. If you get us here, if you have our mind first, then everything else is gonna follow. Men, y'all
Right.
the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the opposite. So if you're engaging in mental course with this person that you shouldn't be, you're in this illicit situation with this person, you're starting a fire that should not be started.
Hey Kiki,
They're
can I
just
be
starting
your
things.
Kiki? Can I be your Flavor Flav when you go on this book tour? Because I just want to back up the things you say. Girls use love to get sex. Girls use love to get sex, and guys use sex. Girls use sex to get love, and guys use love to get sex.
That's an old adage, and in a lot of ways it is true. However, you do have some
No
women.
sweeping generalization.
Right. You also have a large subsection of women like myself who are evolved in a way where we're not held by traditional constraints that society has put on us. And we're comfortable in our skin one way or the other, right? You can call me a hoe. I don't care, right? One thing that I say to people all the time is, you will never embarrass me. I will out myself before you out me. You can't put the sting in me. You cannot make me feel bad about anything that I've done because it's made a part of who I am today. So whether it was a good decision or a bad decision, whatever it was, it helped to mold me who I am. And you're not going to make me feel bad about it.
Can we go back to the part where you said you're not going to put that thing in you? Because I like that part. You just said, I'm hearing.
What an idiot.
Maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. Who knows?
Hey, who knows?
But,
who knows? Hey, Kiki is not only an accomplished author, she's also a sexpert as well. She's a clinical expert. She's went to school for this stuff. And are women more savage now than they've ever been?
I don't think it's savage. And I think where the dysfunction has come with women and their sexuality is that we've been made to feel bad about things that we do naturally. And so we put labels on people so that we're comfortable about who they are, right? She's a hoe. This is savage. This is that. That made you feel comfortable, right? The reality is I'm just out here being me, living my authentic self. And being comfortable in my skin and not regretful for any choices or decisions that I make, because it was a lesson in everything that I have done. Every experience that I've had is a lesson for me. Either I ain't doing that ever again, or I might have to try that again. I remember my mom telling me when I was young, it was to the point where it was cringeworthy at the time, but it still rings in my head now, is that she said, sex is like drugs. Right? She's like, once you get it and it's good, you're gonna be chasing that good for the rest of your life.
Now.
If you get it and it's bad, you're gonna be chasing it trying to get the good. So be careful, right? You have to be very careful. And that's the thing that I'm saying about these other type of situations, right? If you're going to be in it and it's like that to the point where you chasing after it, you need to cut yourself off. Come on.
I love this woman. I'm putting a poster of you right behind here with all my other inspirational pictures. Goddamn it.
I'm a bad author because I do have a book and I can't even find it in my crazy office right now. But if I did, you would have it up on the wall back there because it's a silhouette. On the cover.
Come on now. I tell people all the time.
I got a copy of it over here somewhere.
I tell people all the time when I was, and this is me as a younger guy too. I used to tell in my teens, in my young 20s, I don't want to de-virginize a woman. I don't want to introduce you to this addiction because
that's a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility, and once you've opened yourself to the world of sex, your life alters from that point on. And depending on how you got it, if you got it good, you're always going to be in seeking for it. And like you said, if you got it bad, you're going to always want a better fix. You're always going to want a better fix. You know what I'm saying? And I say the same thing. And I've been saying it since a child.
Yeah.
Oh,
When my
God.
mom told it to me, I was like, "Ugh, ugh." Nobody wants to hear that from their mother, right? It's like, mom, because then now you thinking your mama had sex, even though you know she had to in order to have you, but it's still just the whole thing of it. But my mom was very open about things. She didn't try to sugarcoat things. She was very clear and very matter of fact and commonplace about it. Like, listen, this is what you're going to encounter, and how are you going to respond in those situations?
I
Because
think
whatever
those frank
decision you make
conversations
will.
with your, I think those frank conversations with your children about sex help them be well-adjusted adults.
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. But
Emotionally
again,
fluid.
a lot of us aren't having healthy relationships ourselves in order to be able to formulate those healthy conversations. One thing that I've noticed about human beings is that we think a whole lot and we'll say a whole lot to each other, but we won't have the uncomfortable conversations with the people that it counts the most with.
Let me ask you this, Kiki, because this world is different. From the first time I met you to now, it's a different world.
Man.
I'm a father of 5 girls. You know, they're in the dating world. Guys are more fluid than ever. Is that something that a woman is going to have to acquiesce to as we move forward?
God, I hope not. I see why your hair is so gray. You got 5 girls. I really hope not, for the sake of mankind, right?
Yeah. Wow.
That's why, not a bash to people who are fluid, because I'm all about do you, whatever makes you feel good, just be responsible and be honest, be truthful, right? But I really hope not, because what that does is it damages your view of you. It damages your view of your relationships and how you want to proceed in relationships. Now, I'll say this. If you're comfortable being with somebody, a man who's been with another man, my hat's off to you. I'm not that strong. I'm not that good. I'm not that great. I'm not that evolved. I'm woman enough to say it, right? That's not me. There's no competition. There's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing, right? So for me, that's not some place we can come back from. But
Wow.
for these young women out here today, that's something they're going to have to come to terms with. That's something that they're going to have to figure out for themselves if it's something that they are comfortable with.
Wow. Hey, y'all, this is Rodney Perry. You tuned in to Rodney Perry. Hey, y'all, this is Rodney Perry. You tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We're talking with Miss Kiki Richardson. She's the author of the book, The Other Woman's Code of Conduct. We're going to open the floor. If you got a question, she knows all things sex.
I don't know if I like how that sounds.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. She's still. So if you got a sex question for Kiki, you got to ask it now. Is sex absent of emotion good?
Emotional.
It's been good for me. I'm sorry.
And
that's up to you. That's you know what? That is something that's a personal thing. Some people prefer to have emotion involved in the physical act. Sometimes
Absolutely.
I do, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just need to scratch the itch, and it's not emotional at all. And Chan, leave me alone with that damn
Cousin Shan is on the feed. I think she has to answer that, Shan. Let's find out. What is a Boston cream pie?
She messes it up every single time. It's not a Boston cream pie. It's a Boston pancake.
I don't think I want to know what this is.
Is that the same thing like is that like a term like a phantom?
You know what I don't know why she had to take us in the gutter today, but a Boston pancake basically is, let's say for example,
truffle butter.
I'm gonna use you, Rodney. I'm not gonna use him because it might mess him all the way up. Okay, so let's just say you, Rodney.
I'm a big boy.
Let's just say, for example,
okay,
we're in an intimate act.
Okay,
I squat over you and take a dump.
Oh no!
On your chest. I sit on it.
Yeah,
I sit on it, right, to smash it like a pancake. And for me, if I'm a squirter, I would squirt or pee or whatever. But if it was reverse and it were a man, you would do it to me on my chest and then ejaculate. That's the whole pancake part.
So wait a minute. Hold on. Are you facing me or are you going facing away?
What did you just say?
It doesn't matter either way.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. You gotta finish having that conversation. I'm just
He turned his camera off. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Hey yo, Shiny Scott, you got a question?
No, I just how do I get the book?
No.
I don't know.
She's like, maybe I wasn't grown enough for this conversation this early in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, look at mirror all the way in. Hey, Scorpio. I got two of my best friends in Scorpio, and JP is one of them. Okay, JP, I'm sure you know everything.
I host erotic poetry for over 10 years, and I've heard it all. Let's go.
So, do you have any questions?
Well, first off, you said something that was phenomenal. I have 4 daughters like Rodney, and we don't have those conversations. We don't have those conversations that's needed. So I was watching the Gerard Carmichael show, his latest special. You heard about his latest special?
Well, he came out as a homosexual.
And the way he posed the joke and the way he told the joke immediately made me think of my household. He said, parents, my mother tried to pray the gay away and tried not to acknowledge that it was there. And I immediately thought about one of my daughters, because when she came to me at 12 and expressed it to me, I said, you don't know what your sexuality is, girl. You're 12 years old. And now here she is, a young adult, and she's in that life. And I remember saying around her things like, all this gay stuff on TV. I don't have gay around me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They need to cut this bullshit out. All along, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, she was there. And she had to keep that quiet into herself.
Wow.
I had to just recently after the Gerard Carmichael show, I had to call her and apologize for making her hold that part of her life and not expressing it, because I decided to say, I don't have this gay shit around me. All along, she's sitting right here.
Yes.
So wow.
You made her feel invisible for a very long time.
And
wow, man.
Good job.
But a great man to ever acknowledge that. Hey, y'all, this is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. It's almost time for us to get out of here. I want to make sure my guys get to shout out their social media. AD, how do they find you? Be your friend. JP, how do they find you while AD get it together?
Yeah, we're going to have to get him a neon button so he can see.
We can't hear you, bro.
Hey, this is your boy JP Justice. Listen, first off, ladies and gentlemen, Rodney Perry, thank you. Your inaugural week of your show, bro. Much success on this, man. And you know me, when I'm only a phone call away. Anybody, you can find me on any social media platform under JP Justice Labs. I have many broadcasts going on. I need to get over 10,000 on my Instagram. So listen, hey people, I need over 10,000 on my Instagram. Please do me a favor. Go on my Instagram. Yeah, I get the people on my Instagram. Listen, also, I got a phenomenal show this weekend. The Grown Folk Comedy Show is back in full effect. BYOBB, bring your own brown bag. I sling the jokes. You bring your own liquor. This week, we got this what's this goddamn dude name?
Some dude named Rodney.
We got the something Rodney.
Rodney somebody.
Somebody. It's dark-skinned dude. I seen him one time on the train. But listen.
Yeah, he's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the phenomenal, incomparable, if I said that word correctly, Mr. Rodney Perry.
Wrong as hell.
Yeah, it was wrong as a mother.
Yeah.
Listen.
Shouts out to AD. We call him Mr. AD for you. You can follow him on all social media. Shani Scott, she's the queen of Media Room 360. My partner in crime, Lewis Johnson. Man, I love you, brother. Thanks for coming on. We got to get you on the hot seat, the co-host hot seat, and Kiki Richardson. She's at Kiki Richardson. She knows all kind of shit. Let me tell you something. Kiki, I text Kiki. She texts me back with a cartoon. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Anyway.
You still mad at me about my little two? I
don't know how she gets the KI and a little bit taller. How you put the two? I can't tell you how to put the two up there. Anyway, I don't know if we have time for this, Shani Scott, but let's read the Dear Uncle Rodney letter.
All righty. Yep, you got them coming in. So let's see. Today's letter comes from, all right. Dear Uncle Rodney, my next door neighbor is a nice guy, but I can't stand his dogs. He has 3 months and they bark for hours when he leaves the house. He usually walks the dog between 5 and 6 every evening when I go to check my mailbox. One day I was eating a chocolate bar as I was walking to the mailbox and a piece fell on the ground.
Wow.
My neighbor was on the phone and wasn't paying attention to the dogs as he was walking them. And one of them ate the piece of chocolate I dropped. I didn't think anything of it at first, but then 3 days later, I saw my neighbor and he was distraught. He told me that his dog had died from ingesting chocolate, but doesn't know where or when the dog came in contact with any chocolate. Should I tell him what happened or stay quiet since I don't know if my chocolate caused the dog's death?
Hey.
All right. Listen, ma'am. You're a dog murderer. Okay? You killed that freaking dog. You know you did it. But if I'm you, I keep that shit under wraps. I'm not telling nobody that I'm the dog killer. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna let my co-host. Y'all, what would you do, Kiki? What advice do you give him?
I ain't saying shit. Listen, the mental manifests itself into the physical. She wanted that dog dead. She couldn't stand it. She knew the chocolate would kill the dog. When she dropped it on the ground and didn't bother to get it up, she was hoping that he would eat it and die, and it happened. So keep your mouth shut, honey. Shush it,
Wow.
zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket.
JP Justice, what kind of advice you got for this lady?
What kind of chocolate was that? I got some dogs over here I'm tired of looking at.
Any chocolate.
Any
chocolate except for me.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But ain't nobody going to drop you on the ground. AD, what kind of advice you got for this lady?
Okay.
AD.
AD.
They said AD need that
I don't know what the hell AD do. All right. Hey, you know what, lady? All jokes aside, you're a criminal. You should be put under the jail. You're a dog murderer. I hate you with everything I got. But I will say this. You know how to get stuff done, and you got to respect that. So
she believes in a higher power. She believes in a higher power.
A prayer works. And when you pray for a barking dog to die, it happens. All right. We're going to get ready to get out of here. Great show today. Shouts out to AD and his lack of technological know-how. Shouts out to Ali Sadiq. Shouts out to the great Shani Scott on air media room 360. Shouts out to JP Justice. Shouts out to Rodney Perry. It's been a fabulous show. Oh my God. Shouts out to Cousin Shan. Shouts out to Amir A-Rock Silly. Shouts out to my man Fig. Yo, man, such a great show today. And it's over. Y'all have a great day. Rodney Perry.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.